That'd be right. I'll do that, wouldn't I? Hello, Victoria Cochrane with you. I don't know how we're going to go. I think my uh, connection is very slow. I am here instead of Kay Hamilton tonight, who's having a wonderful time with her family, or hopefully having a wonderful time with her family in Melbourne. So I don't know nearly as much about Young Living Oils as Kay does, but I am uh, I'm in her line, and I love, love, love the oils, and I use them in my business all the time. My name is Victoria Cochrane. I live on the northwest coast of Tasmania, not far away from where Kay is actually. She's at Sisters Beach, and I am a little bit further up towards Stanley and Smithton at Rocky Cape. And we're both teachers, so we met each other through teaching and then have kind of continued on the spiritual and oily path together. So please let me know if you're watching, and let's have a bit of an interactive time. I'm a psychic channel, a spiritual healer, an author, a tutor, and I work with people to, I do readings, but I work with people to lift their past baggage and sometimes past life baggage. So I've lost my glasses, so I'm wearing my husband's, and now I want to find my phone, and I don't know where that is either. Just to check that I'm not too fuzzy, but please let me know if I am looking a bit fuzzy. I will actually just go on and have a look here. So I'm not too sure how the picture is going to be because we're a bit slow loading. Um, yeah, so if you're there, I'd love to know that you are, and give me a message or something. And I'm going to just talk about how I use the oils in my business. And I do claim them off my tax because I use them in meditations, and I use them when I'm doing clearings for people. I use the oils all the time. I've always got oils floating around in my handbag and next to my bed. I just really love them. And I use other products too. I use the makeup and all the moisturizers and lots of different things. So just love them. And I really love the Young Living oils. So if people want to use different brand, I'm not, I'm a tools person. So, I'm not going to intervene on what other people want to do, but I just love the oils and the Young Living oils. I think they're very, they're quality, and they work for me. So I have a few things here behind me. I have my diamond diffuser diffusing, and I have my makeup bag with my Young Living Savvy Minerals, the mascara, I've got the blush, I've got all sorts, and I've got the powder makeup too, but I do prefer to use the palettes. They're just a lot easier, and I just use water, and I use the black as the eyeliner all the time. I really like this one too. This is got different colours in, so I use that. I use the hand and body lotion. This is Genesis, but I use the lavender a lot. And I don't know that you can see, but I've got, this is just a selection, a small selection of the oils that I use. And some of them I use a little bit, but some of them I just can't go without. So it's really, my go-tos are Thieves because I just always have the spray, always have the the oil, I can actually put it neat in my mouth now if I get an ulcer or something and I gargle. And I'm always giving it away to people because I just think it's a brilliant product. I'm just going to turn that off. And I'm not getting comments, so I'm just going on to the other page. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. I will be doing readings. I just always do a bit of a blurb first. Otherwise, it's quite exhausting doing an hour of readings. It really takes a fair bit out. Hi, Christine. Lovely to see you. And Jeanette. We don't have good weather like you. Anything on my work for summer months? Yes, well, I've got to tell you that in Tasmania this year, we really didn't have a lot of summer. And Melbourne, I think, was pretty much the same. We've had kind of Indian summers in autumn, but now it's absolutely freezing. And we actually had 0 degrees yesterday morning, and my son was going back to Sydney, and he was very pleased to be doing that, I have to tell you. So frankincense is my go-to for spiritual work. I use it all the time for clearing my aura. And I did a little group session with Kay, and we did a bit of an experiment where we felt people's auras, so we can actually feel auras. Sorry about that. We can actually feel auras. If you need to have permission to go into someone's aura, but you just have your arms really wide and you come in very, very slowly until you get a bit of a resistance. If the aura is really low, then the person will be feeling pretty flat and pretty tired. You can just go around very slowly and feel if there are any holes or tears in the aura. You might get hot and cold spots and things like that. So then you just need a little bit of frank. I'm always very generous with my oils. I'm a bit of a heavy-handed oils person. Rub it in a clockwise motion because that's positive. Some people say you need to kind of tap the bottle or something. I always forget to do that. But I then smell so that you're getting a hi, Laura Lou, lovely. I will be doing cards, but not straight away. So smell and then just bring it through your aura. So if you're doing it for yourself, you just bring it up through your aura and then just bring it in around until you've got it kind of in there. And then you can put it through your hair or something like that on your shoulders. And then if you were doing it for another person, you would just put it through their aura and then you would feel their aura again. So you would come out again and just come in. And the aura will be increased a little bit. If I'm doing energy work on someone, I will put frankincense through their aura first, and then I will use the pendulum and do the Reiki, and then put either frankincense or another oil. Lady Scleral, it's really lovely. Release, if they've got a lot of releasing to do, that's a really good one. And Three Wise Men is a really great oil for enhanced spiritual clairvoyance and clear seeing. So if a person really needs grounding is brilliant, and I love, love, love this oil. And these oils, grounding, present time, inner child, there might be harmony. They all come in a different set of oils, but they're just brilliant. And even just smelling it is really grounding. If I'm having trouble connecting, and it happens occasionally if I'm really tired or something, I will just stop, smell some oil, put it through my aura, and sometimes I hold a crystal as well, and that just seems to bring me back. But I have to say that my go-to that's always floating around in my bag somewhere is Stress Away. And I've even had people buy it and say that it actually cures their headaches. But if I'm feeling really a bit kind of groggy and just not with it, and that happens sometimes, then a bit of stress away on my temples, and it actually really does help me to feel more grounded, and it just brings me back. So that's a little bit of a story about what I use the oils for. Also, before I go to bed, if I remember, Progessence I find helps me to sleep better. And if I'm not well, I'll have the diffuser next to my bed, and I'll have these, and I'll rub oregano on my feet. So the oils are a really big part of my life, and I use them. I don't spruik them nearly enough, really, but people who know me know that I'll always produce an oil or two out of my bag. Lavender is really good for burns. Yeah, they're just brilliant. This morning, actually, I used a bit of brain power because I wasn't feeling particularly great. Hi, Tanya. Um, Yes, so great to see you at this time of the evening, Victoria Cochrane, Psychic Communication and Spiritual Healing, and that's my Facebook page. It's great to be on. And Kay said, "Can you go on tonight? Because I'm in Melbourne and I can't go on." And I thought, why don't I do that when I can't go on at noon? I must offer that to Kay. Just never think of it. So I will be doing cards, but people who hi, Kelly. I was just down in Hobart on the weekend. Hi, Kerry. Addison, lovely to see you. Jeanette Connolly. Oh dear, I don't want to mute anybody. So people who are on all the time, who see me regularly, would know that I don't launch into reading straight away. I like to do meditations. I like to do group readings, and I just like to help people to understand a bit about spiritual wisdom, because I'm sure it's pretty boring. Some people like to listen to other people's readings, but it can get a bit dull and boring, and it's also very tiring for me. So I like to start with a group reading, a reading for the collective, and then perhaps do a bit of a meditation, and then I get into individual readings. And usually I'm on a Wednesday. I'm just diving for my cards. I'm usually on a Wednesday and at noon, and that seems to be a good time for me. I'm not always particularly good at night. I get a bit weary, getting a bit older and all of that. Let me see who else is on. Hi, Nicole. Nicole. Yeah, I was down there running workshops, actually, Kelly, and so I'm sorry that I didn't run across you, but I'm sure I'll come down. Thank you, Helen. Great to see you on again. That's lovely to see you again. So I wish that I had my pendulum too. A little bit disorganised here. Couldn't find my glasses. Had to wear my husband's. Need to ground. I need some grounding. There we go. So what's been happening with you? I've been busy running workshops. I've been down to Hobart, and I did one in Smithton. I'm doing one in Launceston on May the 15th, and one in Rocky Cape on May the 8th. Both of those are becoming psychic and developing new psychic abilities. The one day down in Helverata, I ran. One's about aligning to your divine blueprint. And I guess I could just talk a little bit about what our divine blueprint might be, and if things are kind of out of kilter for you, maybe it's time to stop and think, if you were going to be living your best spiritual life, and we're not talking about just having a better car or winning $80 million in tax. I don't even know what I'd do with that amount of money. I'm happy to share though. But if we were living our best spiritual life, so that we were happy inside and actually could achieve inner peace, and to be honest, that we're the only people who can do, the only person who can make yourself happy is you. The only person you can change is you, and the only person who has the power to change your reality is you. If we're disempowered and we don't feel that we have a choice, then we can remain stuck and very unhappy and very miserable and do things to please others and not to help ourselves. And so I'm all about empowerment, and my hour is called the Spiritual Wisdom Hour, but it's to help you to understand or to be more knowledgeable about ways that you can improve your psychic development, how you can raise your vibrations so that you're not stuck in the dense realities, to empower you to be able to create change in your life. And that's so important to me, that people learn to be self-empowered. And that's happened for me, and I really just, it's so wonderful to stand in your power and say, this is who I am, and I'm not apologising for that. I'm certainly not going to shove it down your throat. But if that's what you're interested in, I'm happy to help you, and happy to show you the way to follow that might help you to improve your development and to improve your life. And so they say, Archangel Michael says that the Creator has a divine blueprint for everything on earth, and every individual person has a soul journey and has their lessons that they need to learn. But the best way to do that, so that's like the blueprint that will take us through the life in the best possible way. But when we get here, of course, a whole lot of stuff happens and the energy is really dense and we can lose our way and other people can kind of interfere as well. So that's a really good question, Helen. So, it's about then learning the tools of ascension, and that's the workshop that I was running down in Hobart, of how we can maintain our spiritual connection and still operate in the denseness of the 3D world. And it's not always easy. And I do have my moments, and it's not a linear process. You don't say I've arrived and I'm here and it doesn't make you any better than anyone else either. It just makes you more aware and more attuned. And using the oils is one way of keeping your energies much clearer, and keeping your vibrations much higher, keeping your body healthier so that you can keep your consciousness at least in the higher fourth dimension and in the fifth dimension. But so going back to the divine blueprint, what would mine be? My best spiritual life, I think I'm really starting to experience happiness within myself and not wanting more, just happy with what I have and with the love for my family and being in a really happy place professionally. But I think that it would be that if I were to suddenly not be here anymore, that I would be thought of with integrity and with love and really missed. And can't take anything with you. I mean, we can't take anything with us except the love of others and the fact that we have done our best to be the best we can be, to be an example for other people, and to help others where we can. And so that's kind of mine. And it's also about coming back to what's really important. I think COVID's helped people do that in a lot of ways, is to come back to what's really important, and particularly when you're stuck in a house with the same people for a while, you kind of work that out, but you also work out who you'd rather be stuck with and who you wouldn't. But really what I'm all about is just helping people to understand that they are the agents of change, and you're the only one who can do that. And we can create our own reality just by thinking positively and try to see the good in things, even when they're terrible. And that's not to discount all the awful things that people are going through, but if we can't see a light in the tunnel somewhere, then we're stuck in the darkness, and I don't want that for anybody. So I think it's a really good idea. Thank you, Helen. That's a really lovely thing to say. I really love this work of when I was a teacher, I really loved leading others and helping them to understand literacy teaching better. That's how we all should be. That's right. So Helen asked a really good question about which oil would be best for her, and that's a really good question, and that's something that I could do as part of readings for individual people. But I need a pendulum, and so I need to just go and ask my husband, or I'll take you for a walk actually, so that I don't leave you behind. I'm just going to grab. I haven't found my glasses, have you?
No, I'm looking for it.
It's okay, I'm online. I'm wearing his glasses, the poor dear. Not that he needs them as much as I do. Anyway, so I came to get my pendulum so that I could help people to know which oils would be useful for them. Ah, guess what? I found my glasses. There you go. Honestly. Do you think I need grounding? Oh, I think so. Okay, I am going to do a group reading first, and I am also going to just plug you in now because I think that's what I've forgotten to do. We were actually trying to get AgFest tickets, but they said more were coming online, and that was happening at just after 7 o'clock, but I couldn't get them, so that's why I was a little bit late. Okay, hopefully I'm a little bit clearer now. So, this is a collective reading for people. I'm just going to pull 3 chakra cards and just do a reading for the collective, and I'm just going to connect to the Creator because the Creator's energy is unconditional, and also to my guide Archangel Michael, and ask for an unconditional love reading for the collective, for all of you, for your highest and best. And just pull 3, and then I will start answering people's questions, and also seeing which oil might be the best for you. Flexibility. So this is the sacral chakra, number 9, flexibility, and this kind of links into what we were talking about. I think we all have an idea of where we should be going and what we should be doing, and sometimes we have lots of expectations, and I know at the moment I've got something I'm waiting to happen, and I'm trying not to expect it to happen, because then it's a bit like watching a kettle that's never going to boil. And Creator said to me once, expectation reaps no reward, and I'm like, ooh, okay. And really, when we do have a lot of expectation or we attach to things, we really block it. We block it from happening, and we actually create misery for ourselves, because then we start to think the worst, don't we? Oh, I'm not good enough, it's never going to happen. And we start to think those negative things, and the universe might just say, okay, well, we'll make that not happen then. So to me, this is about giving thanks and gratitude to the universe for what you would like to happen, for what you need to have in your life, and then letting go of the expectation of it and just trusting that it will happen if it's meant to and in the right time. And divine timing is really frustrating because it doesn't always happen when we would like it to happen. Angie, lovely to see you. Yes. Hey Nettie, lovely to see you too. I haven't seen you for a long time. And hi Angie, sorry I wasn't looking at my comments. Yes, I'm on for Kay Hamilton tonight. So let's see, I've got my trusty pendulum here. Which oil would be great for flexibility, and I'm going to ask, would release be a good one? And that's my yes. And so release would be a fabulous oil, but if you don't have that, lavender is the go-to. Lavender would be a lovely soothing oil for releasing as well. They call lavender the Swiss Army knife of oils because you can use it for so many things. So trust the universe, put it out to the universe, use the law of attraction, and let go of attachment to what you expect to happen or would like to happen, because you're going to just make life really burdensome for yourself. So that's the first one. And I would use release if you have that one. It's a really lovely oil. Okay, the next one for the collective. Hi Katie, I'm getting to the readings. I'm just doing the collective one first. Soul healing. Okay, along the same lines, if there's a lot that is not going your way, or things are just really seeming like they're stuck or whatever, the soul healing one is actually, this is solar plexus, and everything that has traumatized us from our childhood, or things that relationships, things that go wrong in relationships, the way we feel about ourselves in relation to others, and how empowered we feel in a relationship comes from the solar plexus. And it does link to the heart chakra, because if we don't love ourselves, then we're not really allowing people to love us. We can't love anybody else if we don't love ourselves, and we're not showing the way for people to love us back. They'll reflect back the way we're feeling about ourselves. So really working on self-love and self-acceptance is really important if things aren't going well for you in relationships. Not just a love relationship, but with family or at work or wherever. Working on letting go of grudges, letting go of past hurts, forgiving yourself and others, letting the past go, and healing all of the past hurts and wounds is really important. And it's a process. So it doesn't take, a short time, but it's worthwhile working on, and that's stuff that I help people with. But acknowledging that there is a problem, or that there are things that you need to let go of, and then just asking your angels or the universe to help you do that is the first step. Again, release would be a really good oil, but also I think frankincense would be super. Sacred frankincense would be great. But let me also ask, would Lady Sclerol be worthy? Also, the other one might be White Angelica or Angelica. All of those oils would be great. There'd be plenty. But if you've got a pendulum and you have got a lot of oils, no matter what brand they are or whatever, use your pendulum. Know who you're talking to. Know that it's an archangel. Don't just ask the pendulum, because you've always got someone in the etheric realm talking to you, but it's better if it's not a spirit, unless you're working with your mum who's passed over or someone you trust. But just call in your archangel and then get your yes, get your no, and then you can check the ones that are right for you. I use it for crystals too when I'm putting it on, when I'm using crystals for people in healing. So it's a good way of checking. The third card for the collective is dreams. Take notice of your dreams. We astral travel, we meet with our soul family. Dreams help us to sort out our problems. Hi Therese. Hi Teresa, lovely to see you. And so our loved ones get in touch with us in our dreams. Our dreams are really important. If you forget your dreams or you dream too much, then an oil will probably help you. And I'm not particularly au fait with, but lavender, of course, is beautiful. There are roll-ons that you can get, Tranquil Night and that kind of thing. But also, I'm a big one for rubbing oils on my feet, and I would just go with what you're drawn to. But I actually think harmony might be a good one. I'll just check. Would harmony be a good one for calming down dreams or helping dreams? Yes, harmony would be a lovely one. And it's a blend, so you can rub it on your feet or on your body without an oil, without a carrier oil. So that would be beautiful. But any of the roll-ons. But also just if you are having night sweats and stuff, maybe you've got the hormonal thing going on. Progestins is really good for that. I do know that. So I'm just going to choose one more and then I'll get on to individual readings. And thank you everyone for being with me tonight. Okay, how many of you give all of your energy to others and don't look after yourself? So many people I know say, oh, I'm a giver, I just give. Yes, but who gives to you? And although I love buying presents for people and I love to cook for people, I love to help people, it's really important that we give back to ourselves. Otherwise, we've got nothing to give. Our cups are empty. And actually in the Rebirth magazine, by this tri-monthly, I've written about when your cups are empty. And you must get that exchange of energy. It's so important for people to say thank you, or for you to feel like you're appreciated, or at least if you are giving a lot, that somebody's doing something for you or showing you that they appreciate it. I did a reading for someone in Hobart on the weekend, and he paid me, and that was all fine. But he called me today to say how he was impressed because the pain that he'd had, I did some healing on it and it's gone. And to me it was all energetic. But I was really, I never felt out of balance, but I was really grateful that he took the time to give me that feedback. And that was really a wonderful exchange. It actually filled my emotional cups and made me feel happy. I was proud of myself. I was really happy that it had helped him. But, you know, when we take the time to tell someone that we appreciate them and that they've done a good job, it helps us as well to feel that we're doing the right thing. But if you're giving a lot of your energy, or you're not taking the time to nurture yourself and look after yourself, then honestly, and you're feeling really drained and empty in your aura, you felt your aura and it's this big, you need to take some time, have a lovely bath, put some oils in, go for a walk, you know, all of those things. Okay, appreciation is very wonderful. And a nurturing oil, for dreams too, going back to dreams, Dream Catcher. There is actually an oil called Dream Catcher. I love this oil. I burn it through the day. Not burn it, I diffuse it through the day. I love Dream Catcher, so that would be good. For nurturing, present time might be a good one, just to help. We live too much in the past or the future and worrying about things. Present time, just to bring yourself back to you, do some deep breathing, just clear your aura, read a book, and have some present time around. It's actually got a really lovely smell. And just give yourself some time. Everybody needs a bit of a break. How many of you feel guilty when you sit down and have a cup of coffee and just read a magazine and think you should be doing something? Give yourself the time to do it. Okay, I use the Young Living oils. I use Young Living through and through. I really love them. I've got people under me, but I just use it in my business. I claim it off my tax. I have some at work. I have some at home. I have lots at home. I have lots in my handbag. I have them everywhere. And if I go somewhere and I don't have them, I suddenly feel lost. I know other people prefer other brands. That's up to them. I just know that Young Living never changes. Some of them, there are some oils that have been approved to ingest. There are cooking oils and stuff. They're very safe, and I just love them. So they're the ones that I recommend, the Young Living oils. I know there are others that other practitioners use, the eco-friendly ones, but I like these ones. Okay, so I am going to just go back a few comments and start to do readings for people. Helen said, what oil do you suggest that I could use? It depends, but Young Living have starter packs. So, and there's lots of different ways that you can join Young Living. When you join as a wholesale client, then you save 24% off the oils. They all have different prices, different sizes, different PV points according to how expensive they are. I am an Essential Rewards customer, so I put in an order every month, and then I have people under me, so I get a bit of a payment back. I don't worry too much about that. I just love using them. I use them as presents sometimes, but then you build up points and you get free products and things like that. The starter pack of the starter oils would be the best ones to start with if you have never used oils. Purification actually is one of my favorite oils, and I diffuse it a lot in my room, and I use it through people's auras when they've got toxins in their bodies or having chemotherapy or something like that. So if you're having a lot of different thoughts, or a bit of a hard time, purification. Joy is another one that I really love. And white angelica is one of my favourites as well. But it just depends, Helen, on what's happening in your life. So this is where I'll start with the card readings. Also, just need to be hydrated. So I'll do that and then... Hi Judith, great to see you too. Thanks for watching again. Now, I'm on till 1:15, and goodness, I've only got 20 minutes, so let's get a move on. So choosing a card for Helen, and then with what that tells me, I'll be able to maybe suggest an oil. Okay, well, deceit, this one comes up. So if you've had betrayal or you're worried about money or anything, purification, I was right the first time, purification I would definitely go with. And I have some here, purification, you can get it in a larger oil too, but purify your thoughts, positive thoughts, and hop out of your ego as much as you can. It's not necessarily you that's being deceitful either, but all you can do is just wish that person well and just not engage in the drama, and so this has got a real lemony kind of lemon balmy smell,
and it's wonderful. Put it through your aura, diffuse it. You know, even because it's a blend, you can put it on your skin. And I would definitely recommend that one, Helen. And let go of attachment, let go of worry, hand all your worries, and just really just cleanse yourself of attachment to that. So that's what I would recommend. Hopefully that's helpful. Okay, let's go to someone else. Laura Lou was on there, and so Kelly, if you want to find out more about my workshops and things, you can go onto my website, which is victoriacochrane.com, but also onto my I have a professional page, psychic communication and spiritual healing, and I have a couple of groups, so I'll type them all up at the end. So Laura Lou would like a card, so here we go. Laura Lou's on quite often, which is really lovely, and it's so wonderful that you're all watching me and not sitting watching the TV. I hope you're having a lovely evening. Well, Laura Lou, victory. So things are going well with you, and you're achieving what you want to achieve. But just make sure that you keep working at it and don't rest on your laurels or take things for granted. But also, it's very golden. So it's like if you add 28, 2 and 8 is 10, so 1, it's almost like you go back to the beginning now to set another goal to how you can just keep improving and how you can keep building on what you've done, and so beautifully. So an oil for that, goodness, I have no idea, but I wonder about Palo Santo. Kind of no, saying no. Gathering, oh, gathering's good. So maybe gathering, and I've put. I'll just show you. Oh, I have to go back to this one. I'll just show you that on my where my oils are. This is a book. It's a great big encyclopedia of oils and what their uses are and what they're useful for. And then I do have a smaller one, so you can, or you can just Google. That works too. But so off the top of my head, gathering would be really good for helping you to gather your thoughts, and clarity might be another one. There's an oil called clarity, brain power, any of those, or just grounding, you know, any of those oils. But if I may just tune in, Laura Lou. You're very happy, and so we can go a bit thump afterwards, can't we, when we've had a good achievement and things are going well, and then we start to doubt ourselves or whatever. So keep your vibrations high, keep your thoughts positive, and just start to, the first thing to do is to make sure that you give yourself credit and congratulate yourself and celebrate your achievement, and then build the business plan or the plan of where to next, you know, and that's really, really important that you do that, so that it keeps building and doesn't kind of collapse. But that's really good. Now, I've just lost all my comments, so I'm just waiting for it to load again. And then I'll be away. It's very slow tonight, so I'm feeling a bit grateful actually that I'm not all fuzzy and that you can all still see me. But I just have to be a bit patient, and I just can't see the comments. I might just be able to type viewers. Oh, here we go. There I am. I see you now. Sarah Joyce says, feeling very lost at the moment. Any messages to help me move this forward? There's a lot of people feeling lost at the moment. Just make sure that you do take other people's energies out of your aura, that you do. Purification would be really good, but also just really breathing your energy, grounding, and just bringing yourself back to you would be a good thing. But I'll pull a card for you, Sarah Joyce. These cards I'm using are Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay, this attachment card means that perhaps you're not living up to your own expectations, and that maybe not in your own truth, or listening to other people's truths about yourself, when really you just need to come back to you and just know that the only person that you need to please is yourself. If I may, Sarah Joyce, I'll just tune into you. There seems to be a fair bit of anxiety and also self-doubt. I would get an energy healing if you can, but I'll just ask for another card. Yeah. Look, a lot of people are feeling lost. They're wondering if they're doing the right thing, or people are falling away, or they've lost direction. So I think coming back to the present moment and just appreciating what you have, and I'm not saying that you don't, but have an appreciation journal. Just write down a few of the ways you're feeling. Just take a step back from the lost feeling and just reconnect to you. Meditate, connect to your guides. If I'll just have a look. Archangel Raphael is there with you, so that's wonderful. I wonder if you're a healer too, and an earth angel, and just doubting yourself. I see a lot of anxiety and doubt on you, Sarah Joyce, and I really think that you need to just try to empower yourself and step into your own power, and appreciate who you are, and that you have gifts, and you are who you are, and that's okay. And then just start to make a bit of a plan of the things that you would like to manifest in your life, and the things that you need to let go of. But yeah, just come back to you and just be really present in the present. Okay, so Katie B, may I please have a card? Yes. Hi, Teresa. Yes. And then Nicole, I will do a reading for you. Yes, Katie, I'm just doing one for you now. You're welcome, Sarah. I hope that resonated with you. Katie, This, I'm just going to do that again in case, because I was talking to Sarah, but Sarah, the one that came up then, was all tied up. So we can really be our own worst enemy sometimes when we just start to believe things about ourselves that really aren't true. And we just need to cut ties to other people's belief systems, other people's gossip and chatter and all of that, and really just come back to our own truth. Okay, so Katie B, this one's for you. Hi Charlotte, yes I will in a sec. Lovely to see you on. You did say today that you'd like to get back into the oils. Right, Katie, it's taking its time. So first chakra, Archangel Michael is actually of the first chakra, and he is the blue ray, but he's the first ray of divine will, and he is with communication but empowerment. So the first chakra, the red chakra, is all about whether we are feeling that we are living in scarcity or whether we can be abundant. We can feel really flat and tired, or we can feel really vibrant. It depends on how balanced our base chakra is. And so really, Katie, thinking about how empowered you feel and how grounded in your I am you are. Can you say, I am who I am, and be really really accepting of yourself and firm in your identity. And we can hold a lot of trauma in our base chakra based around our identity, and it's very much linked to our second chakra, our ego chakra, and how we feel about ourselves. If I may just tune into you, I will, and just have a look in your base chakra. Really lacking, I see that you're really lacking confidence, and it's affecting all of your chakras. You're feeling quite insecure about yourself and where you stand with others, and this is something to really work on, to really be starting to be proud of yourself and to love and accept who you are, and see yourself, the only person you have to please is yourself, no one else. Don't listen to what other people say. Are you in your own truth? What is your own truth? Who are you? You're the one who needs to know. And so it's affecting all of your chakras, and it's something that really needs to be addressed. So a healing would be useful, and that's something I can help with, but just acknowledging your insecurities and starting to perhaps work on childhood trauma or belief systems that have come in through your childhood, and releasing those would be very helpful for you, Katie. Hello, Kelly. Lovely to see you. There's just one other person. Nicole, I need to come back to you. I feel rejected by my friend, and I would love to know if things will get sorted and how. Okay. All right, the thinking woman. Okay, so this is no criticism whatsoever, but all we can do is think about why we're feeling rejected and what this relates to. So, you know, there could be 10 people in the room, and I could say something that each person would take differently according to their belief systems about themselves and their relationship with me. So anyone who knew me well, and I said something that was a bit kind of not quite right, would just go, oh, you duffo, you know, what did you mean? Someone else would take that really personally. Someone else would just be disgusted. You know, it depends on what's going on with us and how we feel about ourselves. And it's I'm not saying that she's, if she's rejected you, then that's probably likely. You can't do anything about that except maybe talk to her. But this one would also suggest that maybe you are taking it the wrong way. The only way you'll know is to talk to her about it and to ask her and tell her how you're feeling. But get yourself into balance first, just maybe write a letter, write how you feel and why, but do some reflection on what it is that's triggered this feeling of rejection and whether this is a pattern that comes up. It's a little bit of self-healing work, but it might just be that she was very insensitive and has actually caused the whole thing. But it's always good to reflect on, like this would suggest that there's something in you that this has triggered. So it would be great, hopefully, that it doesn't destroy your friendship. So I'll just get some more guidance on it for you. It's been a bit of an unequal relationship probably, and she's overstepped the mark, but perhaps this has been coming for a while. You're definitely not feeling supported, so very important to try to talk to her, get things back in balance, but please don't let it simmer, and please don't turn it into a grudge, so all you can do is work on yourself and work on your feelings and of trying to figure out where they come from and to heal those. Talk to her about it, and if that she still doesn't see, then she's being insensitive and you've done all you can do. And I hope that helps. If I had more time, then I would be able to look more into it, but just really think about why it's triggered you and where that might come from. Okay, so Charlotte, would you recommend an oil for you? Well, actually, Charlotte, I know that you have a lot of thyroid issues, and I know that you also have trouble with hormonal things. The Phyto Plus Progessence is actually really good, and I know that Kay would recommend that. There's also one called Endoflex, and I think you can rub it on your neck, and that can help to get in balance. So I think anything that can help with the hormones. If your digestion's not very good, then Digees is really good, and sometimes it is gut health that can drive other health problems. So they'd be three that I'd be looking at. But for some reason I'm thinking ladies sclerol too might be a good one. But I'll look it up in my oils Bible later, but I will just test with my pendulum. Yes, definitely lady sclerol would be a good one for you as well. And while you're there, Charlotte, I'll pull a card for you. So I've pulled this one, Deceit, and this came out for someone else. And I think sometimes you're pretty hard on yourself, Charlotte, and that you're seeing things going against you or taking things personally from others. And I do think that your health hasn't been particularly good. So it would be also really good to use purification, would be a really good one. White Angelica, there's a lot that I could recommend. It would be really good to get you started on a starter pack and just using some of the oils. But you can do it in a much less expensive way just by choosing a few oils to get started and then building on those. But I think there's a lot of also words spoken and things said that aren't true, and that really just causes a bit of unhappiness. So some meditation, grounding, using the oils and getting yourself back in balance and looking after yourself is really important, Charlotte. Yeah, okay, so Teresa. Yes, well, I'll pull a card and then see if I can recommend an oil based on what the card says. But please, I've put Kay's link up there. She's got a whole lot of links. Kay's Oil Wisdom, and she is on Facebook everywhere. And she's so knowledgeable about the oils. So, and if you're interested in signing up or just getting some oils, you know, talk to her. I'm happy. I know Charlotte, she's one of my clients. I'm happy to order her oils and talk to her about them. But if you really need a lot of knowledge around oils, Kay is your person. Okay, so trees, fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So the fifth chakra, I always think of him as the fourth ray, but Archangel Gabriel is, he works with creativity, but he works a lot with Jesus too on achieving a higher vibration of being in the light and of speaking our truth and of being truthful to ourselves. And he's also he's the messenger of God, so he's the one who can actually really help you with divine wisdom. So I'm wondering then if you're having trouble speaking your truth or being heard or feeling heard. I'm just going to pull another one. Oh, okay. So that relates then to your sacral chakra, which is then your seat of the ego and of not feeling confident. And so it's basically, these two cards would suggest to me that you're having trouble speaking out confidently and getting people to understand you or to hear you and to believe you and to listen to you. And so therefore an oil for that, very good question. I wonder about sacred frankincense, and I also wonder about frankincense as well, those two. Also Egyptian gold, but I'll use my pendulum. Going back to Charlotte, Charlotte, Valor also would be another good oil for you. Valor's really good for hormonal balance. So I'm just going to put these on my computer and test them for you, Teresa. Three Wise Men, Ladies, Clear Oil, Harmony. Of course, I've got heaps more, but wait, there's more in here. Honestly, I've got that many oils, it's not funny. So Awaken is a new one that I haven't. Inner Child. Inner Child, actually. Inner Child, I think you can buy it on its own. It also comes in a pack, but that's a big yes. So for anyone who does have problems with standing in their own truth, speaking up, or believing in themselves, Inner Child is a really good one because it usually relates back to the way we've been treated as a child or our insecurities as a child. And so Inner Child would be the one that I would the first one that I would recommend, Egyptian gold. This one has stood out to me as well, Teresa, so Egyptian gold might be a good one. But frankincense is always my go-to for clearing doubt and for helping you to clear negative energies. So hopefully that's helpful. I am way over time, so I'm just going to Teresa Crossdale, just a card for you, and then I'm sorry I will have to go. It's been, the time has just flown and I've just had a ball. I want to thank Kay for asking me, and actually for inspiring me to break out the oils and use them with the readings, and it's been really great. Okay, so Teresa Crossdale. I'm not sure that I've shuffled them correctly, so I'm just going to choose one for you. Crown chakra. So this is your connection to the divine, and if you've got a blockage, you'll be feeling a bit disconnected and a bit lost, and so very important to try to breathe. Use the breath to and envisage clearing all your chakras with the breath, to ground. Frankincense and sacred frankincense, one or the other. I just want to see which one would be the best. I'm wondering about sacred frankincense. Yeah, sacred frankincense for your crown chakra. You could probably rub it on your crown, but you can put it all through your aura. And really push your energy down and ground. Grounding would be the other oil that I would use to actually start to push your energy down, bring yourself back to you. If you're feeling really disconnected, meditate. And I just want to see who's with you, Teresa. Archangel Uriel, and he's of the 6th ray, which is the third eye and clear seeing, but also harmony. So harmony would be another oil, would be a really good oil to bring you back into balance, and really get yourself back into balance. Just look at diet, at whether your hormones are playing havoc, and that kind of thing. But I'm just going to pull another card just to clarify. Well, there we go. It comes back to self-love. Mostly with disconnection, with feeling lack of self-love or feeling disempowered, it comes back to how we feel about ourselves and how we really love and accept ourselves and trust ourselves to make the right decision, or believe in ourselves to be able to cope in a situation or to be able to achieve something, particularly if we've got people in our ear telling us that we can't. So really working on your self-belief, because you're the only one who can really create that change, and you're the only one who needs to believe in you. If other people don't, that's their stuff. But you need to believe in you. So I believe in you, and I really have enjoyed every minute of tonight. And thank you so much for being on. My name is Victoria Cochrane. And I am so sorry. I'm joining Kay's oil starter pack. That's fantastic, Teresa. Yeah. So if you do connect to Kay after tonight, just let her know that you were watching me, and So that helps me as well. But I really love the oils, and I'm genuine in saying that. So my name's Victoria Cochrane. My website is victoriacochrane.com. I have a couple of groups, and I'll pop them up in the comments. You're welcome to join. And have a really good rest of the evening and a great week. And do look into the Young Living oils, because they are fantastic and they have really enhanced my life and the work that I do with people. So thank you again for being part of my live tonight. Thanks for your interactions, and I will be on next Wednesday at 12 noon for my Spiritual Wisdom Hour, and Kay will be back with you next Thursday with Activate Your Courage. So bye for now.